how do you get paid as a professional speaker? Or how do you become a professional speaker? And where does the money come from? And how does the money work? That's what we're going to talk about in this video. And specifically, I'm going to address the 7 different ways that you get paid as a speaker. Now, most of the clients that we work with at Brand Builders Group are not actually professional speakers. So getting paid from speaking is not actually a core part necessarily of all their businesses. But speaking is a core part of their business because there are 7 different ways that you get paid to speak, 7 different ways that you can make money in your business as a result of speaking. And in this video, we're going to break those down for you. Let's get started. Number 1 is a speaking fee, obviously. But believe it or not, that is the least most common way to get paid for a speaking engagement. That's the least most common way. So if you can get that, great, because here's the thing. The best thing is when you get the best of both worlds, where you get a fee and you get all of these other 6 things, which we're gonna talk about. So, but that's the least most common, even inside of our own community, which are people who are saying, yeah, I want to get my message out to the world. I mean, we have some of the highest paid speakers in the world that are clients of ours, like literally the highest paid speakers in the world. We have clients of ours, multiple clients who make over $70,000 a speech. We've got, several clients that make, more than $30,000 a speech. And then a whole bunch that are in the 10 to 15. And then there's a whole bunch that are under 10 or free, which would be the largest percentage of our clients. Why? Because of the other 6 ways you get paid to speak. So the second one is leads. You get paid in leads. This is where I was saying that second classification of people that we work with, which are entrepreneurs, they're not trying to get paid to speak. They're also not trying to sell a book or a course at the end of their speech. The reason they're speaking, whether it is on a webinar or a podcast or on YouTube or live on social, the reason they're speaking is to drive leads to their business. They're trying to drive leads to the whatever the widget is or the service that they already have to sell. They're not creating a new one. And that is every one of our customers in those first 2 categories, experts and entrepreneurs, are driving leads to whatever it is their business is, even if it's recruiting. It might be recruiting employees or recruiting team members. Certainly, if you're in direct sales, that's a huge thing, as we teach you how to use your personal brand to drive leads. That's the second way you get paid to speak. The third way you get paid to speak is you get paid from customers that you generate on site at the back of the room. So this is selling a book or selling a course on site. So at the end of your speech, this is how Rory Vaden earned his first speaking fees. I would speak for free, and then I would sell a $20 self-published book at the back of the room. And I quickly figured out that it was a lot more work to create books that I could only sell for $20 than it was to sell a ticket to a half-day training with me, which I could sell for $100 or $200. And so I quickly moved to selling tickets to other trainings. And then we started our first company, and that's how we did it. We used to speak for free and sell tickets. And then we figured out we could speak for free and we didn't even have to sell a one-day ticket. We could just sell right into a coaching program. And that was the business model that we used to create an 8-figure business, more than $10 million a year in revenue from this one business model, speaking for free to very small groups of like 3 to 10 people, and then selling our coaching program at the end. Anybody can do this. Speaking is incredible. It is absolutely phenomenal. And that's the third way you get paid. Fourth way you get paid, video footage. Video footage. There were times early in my career where I would take gigs for free or highly discounted just because I needed the video footage. The reason is is because the number one reason you get hired to speak is because somebody has seen you speak. That's always the number one way you get business. But the number two way is that you have great video footage where people can watch you on stage. Well, it's a chicken and the egg thing, because it's like, well, how do I get invited on stages when I don't have a video of me on stage to get on the stage? And the answer is you go speak for free to get the video footage, and then you take the video footage and you use it to then get more paid engagements. And inside of Brand Builders Group, we have an amazing partner that we use who also does events where you can, they are on a $500,000 stage with full LED lighting, 6 cameras, a live audience of a few hundred people, and you can actually pay to get 20 minutes on that stage, and then you have a video from it. By the way, if you want, even if you're not a member of ours, you can check out that partner. It's, if you go to brandbuildersgroup.com/brand amplifiers, go to brandbuildersgroup.com/brand amplifiers. You can check out our partner that does that. But if you don't have a lot of money, that costs some money. It's very reasonable. It's an incredible program. And in fact, we're gonna bring our partner onto the podcast probably and talk more about that. But like it still costs some money, right? But so the other thing is, go speak for free or speak for discount just to get the video footage of being on really nice stages. Fifth way you get paid to speak: testimonials. Testimonials are huge. And I'll never forget when Joe Calloway was a friend of mine, and I would say a mentor. He was a Hall of Fame speaker, and Joe, we were talking about speakers bureaus one time, and I asked him, Joe, when's the right time to contact a speakers bureau? Like, when am I ready to work with a speakers bureau? And there were two things that you hear a lot in this world about speakers bureaus, and we love speakers bureaus. We haven't traditionally worked with a ton of them, because the idea with speakers bureaus is you don't need them until they don't need you. Or wait, how's that go? Yeah, you only need them when they don't need you or they don't want you. And then by the time they want you, you don't need them anymore. Meaning that when you first start out and you need someone to promote you, they're not going to promote you because no one knows who you are. And it's a lot of work to sell you for a very low fee. And so they don't make any money. And so it's like, why would they do all the extra work and not make very much money? So they're not really there in the beginning. And then, so you build up your own career. And so then you get to where you're making a lot of money. You got a lot of people asking for you, and that's when bureaus want you, because now their clients are asking for you, but you kind of don't need them because their clients are asking for you because you've done a good job of building yourself up. So there's great relationships you have with bureaus, and they can be a great thing, a really great thing. And several of our friends, our clients, use them and work with them, and we do work with a couple bureaus. But anyways, I asked Joe Calloway, when's the right time to approach a speakers bureau? And he said, when you can send them a killer demo video and a stack of 100 testimonial letters. That was his answer. When's the right time to speak? When is the right time to contact a speakers bureau? When you can send them a killer demo video and 100 testimonial letters. And I thought that was really, really good. And Joe worked with a lot of bureaus during his career, was extremely successful. And so you need testimonials. Now, whether it's working with speakers bureaus or not, if a client's going to hire you to speak, they need testimonials. And our personal brand national research study showed this is the number one criteria of people who will hire you, is they want testimonials from other customers. So consider that a form of compensation, and we would write it into our contract. If someone didn't have our fee, then we negotiated. We said, well, look, we want a testimonial letter. Now, sometimes we get it anyways, which is great. But if we're doing it as a discount, we're going to negotiate that into the contract specifically to say, we want video footage. We want a chance to make an offer at the end of the, at the back of the room. We want testimonials, which leads to number 6, which is referrals and introductions. The other way you get paid to speak, number 6, is by referrals to other people. Again, hopefully this happens always. In our pressure-free persuasion course, which is one of our phase 3 courses on sales, one-on-one sales, we teach scripts for how to ask for referrals. Well, the better job you do as a speaker, the more likely you are to get referrals if you do it and you know how to do it. So that's a form of payment, right? You're getting another gig out of the gig that you got. And again, sometimes we will put into a contract, or not so much these days, but when we first started out, we would say, look, if we come do this for a discount, we want 3 legitimate introductions to other people who run meetings. You don't have to guarantee that they're going to hire us, but a legitimate handheld, like white glove email introduction. Now, when we're chasing down speaking gigs, we do that anyways. That's all part of pressure-free persuasion, but that's a way you get paid. And then the 7th way, which people don't do that much anymore these days, but you should, because this back in like the 70s and the 80s, the 60s, 70s, 80s of the heyday of speaking, like people used to do this all the time, which is barter. You can barter things. AJ once bartered a couch. We have bartered 2 couches and an entire custom closet from one company that was one of our past clients. And they were very expensive. I'm talking about like each piece is tens of thousands of dollars. We would never buy, no matter how much money we had, but they were beautiful. And AJ loved them, and she bartered speaking fees for them. So you can barter things. Why? Because it only costs them wholesale, but it's worth retail value to you because you would have to pay for that. But you can also barter for travel, right? Give me, let my spouse come with me, or my kids come with me, or I want extra hotel stays if it's in a really cool place, or I want you to upgrade me to a nicer suite. A lot of these clients already have to fill a certain number of room nights anyways, so they might as well use that as an incentive to help get you. And there you go. 7 different ways to get paid as a speaker. And I want you to think about this completely differently, right? So it's not just about getting speaking fees. It's about how do you generate money from speaking, because speaking is so important, right? So your speech is both like a product that you can sell, but your speech is your very best piece of marketing collateral. A speech is your best piece of marketing collateral, better than a website, better than social media, better than a podcast. Like if you have a great speech, then you have a way for people to hear about you and sample you and do business with you. And so that's why you got to be out speaking inside of your business. So I hope you take these 7 mechanisms and you make the most out of them in your life.